I was the first to jump off the video on my brother's birthday because the NFL 2023 draft was on and it was here in Kansas City. My brother is way more important and he knows how I operate. So today I want to share how my brother has been a major player in my life. I'm so fortunate to have a brother like Kynny. Throughout my life, he never lost his patience. He never shouted at me or called me dumb. Kynny got so mad at a young man who referred to his brother as retarded. That was the first time I saw him get so angry I offered him a rising Carmen, and he said I was doing a good job of learning. Kynny never spoke to the guy again, and he made sure I wasn't exposed to people that did not respect the difference in people's learning abilities. Kynny's calm demeanor always calmed me down when I became frustrated. After he came home from work, he would always check in on me to see if I had a rough day. Kynny loves gadgets. He would buy items for me that would assist me with my coordination. I had backpacks, ankle, and wrist devices filled with sand to help calm me. He learned all about sensory integration. Kynny was my inspector gadget. I lacked the ability of bilateral integration. It means I had a coordination problem and I did not have the ability to use both sides of my body. He understood why I would trip when there was nothing to trip over. He understood how running, jumping, and playing sports and walking was a struggle for me. My body coordination was shot. My rhythm was off. For as dancing, I loved to dance and I got better over time. Behavioral control and independent work was difficult. I needed someone to help me stay on task. Kynny and my mom was like built-in therapists, counselors, teachers. They really wanted to know and learn how I could minimize my stress so I would not suffer from depression and anxiety. I had the best of both worlds. My mother and my brother Kynny was reading books on educational, law, every book they could get their hands on, nutrition, brain health, neuropsychological books, breathing techniques. You name it, Kynny and mom was learning about it. We were like a seminar studying all the time to help to get my engine going. My mother had a lot of medical information that would help me. In all my life, I never took medication. My mother knew I responded very well with a healthy diet. My mom always believed when you have a nutritional diet, it helps control the behavior. The dark chocolate I love so much helped. I will make a video of benefits of dark chocolate later. So my family was off to the races learning about the body's schema. This is awareness of the position your body and your body parts are located, postural balance, which is standing on one leg. Bilateral integration is where the brain's ability to allow the right and left side to work together well. Because of touching, hearing, inner ear sense of balance, and not knowing where my body space, I was going to need a lot of help. Sensory information. Seeing, hearing, touching, smelling, tasting, and feeling motion, movement, and gravity tell you about your world. When your brain don't collect all the information, you realize you are not that great explorer nor the scribe. The daily activities in my life that I could not make sense of on the playground, classroom, daily living, skills at home, relationships, and interactions with other people, Kynny was there to explain and walk me through the process. Mom continued to hold classes and guide me also. I realized nervous system has been hacked along with the left side of my brain. Kynny was my occupational therapist. Mom is Madam Frankenstein. She is a beast and a monster when it comes to learning and adapting new skills. She is so encouraging, and she reminds me that it is always another way or a better way to find a solution to a problem. Most parents are not supportive. They want you gone by a certain age. They don't care what you got. They claim no responsibility, leaving the child struggling throughout their adult life. Kynny's creativity helped me make sense of my world. Well, I don't have the creative ability, but I can talk through verbally the part other people imagine. I'm not the grand explorer nor the scribe, but I have a lot of strengths. The so-called deficits can be turned into strengths. As for my ears and hearing, we will focus on the auditory system. Kynny and I practice with animated voices and high and low tone. We watch shows where people change the pitch in their voice. Kynny would cut up the music and would adjust the beat. Kynny brought me whistle, those squeeze toys, and I had a lot of electronic toys to play with. He would always talk about how it would help keep me alert. Kynny provided me with headphones, earplugs. He showed me how to hum or try to sing in a low voice. That was hilarious because our singing was terrible. He would say, "Now, Vondell, when things get too loud, cover your ears. Cover those ears." I enjoyed the one-on-one with Kynny. He provided me with a quiet workplace to complete my assignments. Kynny helped prepare me for the big booming sounds. The quietness that allows calm me. And Kynny helped me get back on track whenever I got distracted. As far as the olfactory system, when it was time for the smell test with my nose, I had all sorts of scented candles, soap, crayons, scented deodorizers. Kynny and Mom would buy me any and everything to help me work on my senses to see how it would change my arousal levels. My ride and die partners would hold a classes on chilling out and relax. As a matter of fact, my mom has 2 signs stationed on the floor that say chill and relax. Breathing techniques were and still are incorporated in my wellness program today. I can't tell you all the scratch and sniff I went through. Cinnamon and peppermint alerted my senses. Vanilla and sandalwood always seems to calm and relax me. We had the best smelling house in the world. Whenever someone came to visit my mom, they would fall asleep. We start calling our place the safe house of therapy. Muscle, joints, and tendons time. The proprioceptive, which help you move freely and not worry about where your body parts are in the environment and objects. If I tried to drive a car, I wouldn't know how hard I was pressing on the gas pedal. The whole time I'm trying to drive, I'm watching my feet instead of traffic. That's not good. Kynny got me a small trampoline. That didn't work out well. Once I fell off, Kynny thought maybe we should move to the swings. Our favorite was the dancing. The big ball I attempted to sit on just didn't work out. Kynny set up my program for vacuuming, cleaning out the storage room, lifting all those heavy boxes. Remember the sanded, heavy backpack. All these chores made me extremely tired and calmed me down. We had the bump test going on. When I bump into objects, I would realize how heavy and light they were. This was alert and calming time. There was other times it was pain time, but I learned. I got the message. Here comes Kynny with the touch and skin test. This addressed the tactile system. Here we go with the ice cubes. And I did not like it when Kynny said, step into the shower, V, and the water was ice cold. I enjoy the tickle fights. Kynny brought me stress balls and lots of squishy balls. Those were alerts. I love electric blankets and weighted blankets and the pillows we had all over the house. I knew my day was wrapping up and Kynny and I was calming down. Kynny did not like the inner ear activities. After I fell off the trampoline, he said that was too scary. It was movement time and we were working on our vestibular system. Kynny told me we will stick to the large rocking swing. He did not want me to fall off the swings, which I did and got all scarred up. Kynny brought me crunchy snacks like pretzels, all sorts of chewy foods like gummy bears, sweet charts, popsicles, gum. Kynny loved his gum and red licorice. I could do the gum, but not the red licorice. I love beef jerky, especially Wagyu beef jerky. The tear jerkers were too much. These snacks woke my mouth and tongue. This is the Gustatory System. There was a place in the mall called Bucky's. Treats and gifts had all sorts of candy. It closed in 2009. This was me and Kynny's favorite place in the world. Wherever I get upset, Kynny would bring me a straw to help calm me. I had the thickest smoothies and it was very calming with my straw. Those all-day caramels, jawbreaker, and he would get me a slow poke sucker. Kynny found a candy shop that was old school and he would order bit of honey, big old Tootsie Rolls for treats. Mom made sure I had more fruit and vegetables. I love dark chocolate. On to our eyes, the visual system, stimulating the eye socket has arrived. You would have thought Grandmaster Flash had arrived on the scene. Kynny brought me all types of flashlights, colored paints, and chalk. Highlighters and crazy slanted boards to write on. We would go to the museum and look at fish all day. Kynny brought low lighting for the room. We checked out all sorts of magazines, and he brought me bright color rulers and overlay sheets so I wouldn't lose my space while reading. I cannot thank my brother Kynny enough for all he has done for me. He has learned so much about me and helped me to understand processing people, places, and things in my life. He is an interpreter and my grand guardian. He is and will always be Kynny G, a masterful educator. Kynny is a genius with a big heart. He is a for real human being. Happy birthday, Kynny. Love you, man. Do you understand how your senses connect you to people, places, and things in your world? Who is your ride and die partner? Like this video and subscribe.